All right, here we are, another edition of Dave Learns AI. I am Dave.
And I'm Tribble.
And all brought to you by Taptico Solutions. And we are a solution-based company, and we are chatting here because we want to teach people not only what we do as a business, but also teach people on AI and how to utilize it for themselves as, you know, the world is ever changing and AI is becoming such a major part of it.
Yeah, AI can be such a cliche, everybody's sort of chat GPT, but we explore all the different ways that AI can be implemented for your business. And with my role at Taptico, I'm more on the content marketing side, so that's what we focus on, and that's what I educate you on.
So, I mean, that's one of the things we want to do is deliver what our episode promise is. And our episode promise is that we're going to really teach you how AI is being used in content for small businesses. I mean, large businesses as well. And then, you know, how to utilize it, as well as, you know, the opportunity to save a whole lot of money by utilizing AI.
Yeah, and this is our 12th?
15th, I think, episode.
15th?
Yeah, something like that.
We need to check that. We'll get back to you. We've done enough episodes where I thought today, Dave, we could talk about, and kind of, for anybody who's tuning in for the first time to Dave Learns AI, kind of what we've talked about thus far, and kind of do like a little recap episode of what is AI when you put it towards content, and how small businesses are using it, cost savings, the good, the bad, the ugly.
So if we're 12, 15 episodes in and we're going to go back to the basics and kind of go through it all again, where do we begin?
So we need to talk about what AI is. Like I said at the beginning of the show, everybody's heard of, you know, your run-of-the-mill LLMs, ChatGPT, maybe even Perplexity. There's a bunch of those out there. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
That's just the very top that most people have been exposed to. There's a whole other world out there, and you have conversations with Nick as well when it comes to, you know, applying those things to processes for companies. But with me, there's this content aspect and this marketing aspect that people apply AI to. So where we are right now in September of 2025 is AI is a supercharged assistant for your content. It's not going to take over strategy, because people will always crave that human element. But when it comes to getting started with ideas, when it comes to, you know, captioning things, when it comes to graphic design, anything like that, AI is the go-to technology, and it really can help if you implement it with.
Well, and the whole concept really is, you know, there are the AI haters, because obviously people are fearful that it's going to take away jobs. But if you're a small business owner, or you're a marketing director, or you're a creative trying to keep up with the pace of the creative that it takes to build a brand, to deliver a message, AI just really helps kind of just streamline everything, right?
Yeah, and it's one of those things that if you don't utilize it, you're gonna get left behind. So that's why on this show we try to educate you, and we're just three regular dudes that have, you know, 60 years of marketing chops behind us, but we've decided to make this a staple of our business so that we can educate not only the people watching the show, but also our clients on how they can implement things to make their lives easier, to save money, all the things that just make life better.
So I find it interesting is we've launched this business, 5-6 months ago. And we are definitely telling people that we can help them with marketing using AI implementation. Mm-hmm. And that is definitely, we have that tool in our tool shed. But we're working with clients, and we're really still kind of nuts and bolting things, you know, like it's not just, hey, everything's automated, like, because I mean, there's that fear like, oh, everything's going to be automated. That's not where we're at right now.
No, I mean, we, at the end of the day, we are not just an AI company. We are a marketing / you know, as you've said this before, we're pretty much doctors that figure out what problems you're having in your business, small and medium-sized business, and we come in, diagnose those problems, and help you fix those with the help of AI.
Nick just walked in front of the camera.
We'll use AI to
remove Nick. It didn't even look like he tried to not walk in front of the camera. Like there's a little spot right there. He just walked right in front of the camera. That's Nick.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
the namesake of this company, Taptico. This guy, he's a professional.
Yeah, we should give him subtitles walking by.
For the
I'm in front of the camera you're not supposed to even look at.
that we're not supposed to look at, but that's the one that video. Oh my gosh, get out of here!
Okay.
Look at for the audio version of this for people. Go ahead and go look at the video version. I hope they leave it in.
Yeah, sorry, Spotify. Go watch our YouTube. You'll
Because
see
it
what
was
we're talking
just
about.
Nick's midsection walking through the shot. My gosh. Hey, we were on a call earlier and somebody was talking about backlash from J.Crew. Can you talk anything about that? I mean, you're talking about AI generated content. I wasn't familiar because, guys, I'm learning everything in life because I kind of live in a box without windows.
A big
sometimes.
box that we
Yeah.
found out recently.
Yeah, so I mean, I have 5 children, and my children keep me really, really busy. I have 3 pretty much adult children and 2 small children, so I don't pay attention to a lot. I really don't. So, you guys are teaching me a lot of things, so that way I know what I'm talking about. But you're not teaching me just about AI. You're teaching me about pop culture and stuff like that because my head's in the sand in a lot of ways. But J.Crew,
and so you're going to get all kinds of news, but you're learning great, by the way. Let me
Thank
just
you.
say that. You're doing a great job of learning, and it's impressive, the information that you're taking in.
Thank you.
But you're not going to catch every news headline like the J.Crew one, which you basically have models acting out like they're, pushing back that J.Crew is using all AI models in a lot of their ads and some of their print as well. That's just like artists that are getting mad at
losing their opportunity to make a living.
Yeah, the model, exactly. And that's a real thing and something that we have to get around. That's why I think that people are always going to, and this is an important note, people are always going to crave, especially in strategy, that human connection. And there's a little piece of people that if they see something that is completely computer generated and they can tell that, then they're going to kind of be like, which is why, like I said at the beginning of the show, AI needs to be your assistant, your power charge assistant. It doesn't ever need to completely take over to where you have one guy in a back room that just is really good at prompting that can do a whole campaign from start to finish.
For how much longer, though? I mean, really, because, when you're talking about a shift, and, we saw the shift with the internet, and we saw the shift with cell phones and, our miniature computers and just people holding out going, I want to stay true. I want to stay legit. But then ultimately you have to adapt because life just changes. And as much as you want to fight it, think about the financial implications for a business like J.Crew. Well, I don't know what kind of business that is anymore. I don't know if they're a huge brand and they make bazillion dollars. So for them to save hundreds of millions on actresses or models or whatever, if that makes sense for their business. But I would imagine the cost savings on computer generating, all they're doing is they're taking their clothes that they designed and now they're putting them on a bot that doesn't really exist in real life and going, here's our clothes. And I get it. I understand that the actors and the models are losing jobs, but as a business owner, isn't the goal to make money?
Well, of course, but you also don't want to lose the human connection. So if I was marketing director for J.Crew, I would utilize AI in this way. I would still have the models that I would pay, but instead of having them on a full day shoot, maybe we can do like we talked about in the last episode, have an AI twin of them where we can put them in whatever positions, but we have their likeness being used. So we're still paying them, but maybe it's not an all day shoot. Maybe it's, hey, we just need you to come in, take a couple photos, say a couple things, and then we'll use it. Or have the models in there taking poses, but now with AI, you can even switch clothes on them. So if you're switching the clothes, this is an inanimate object to where it's not going to get as much backlash from the industry or from people seeing it. People aren't going to get mad that, that AI, those are AI clothes if they look real, as opposed to it being like, hey, that's just a bot that I'm looking at.
I'm going to get meta here, and it's probably off topic.
He didn't know what meta meant until we started talking about the show.
See, I'm learning things every day. But I'm going to get meta here for a moment. Is this, and you don't know, but as somebody who's been a celebrity. You know, no, really. I mean, athletics, you're in athletics, and with athletics comes a certain level of celebrity. And then you did some reality TV. With that came a certain level of celebrity. No, you're not Brad Pitt.
D minus list.
Whatever.
Probably F list.
But is this the beginning of the end of celebrity? Because, I mean, if you can be cloned or somebody can be cloned to have a look, a feel, a vibe, I mean, are the Brad Pitts of the world no longer relevant because we can create some kind of digital clone that can act like him, look like him, sound like him? Do we need Brad Pitt? Is this the end of celebrity?
It's a good question. It's not the end of celebrity because every celebrity starts with a presence, a human presence, whether that be an artist that came up with something like a singer that wrote their own music or an actor that appreciates that art. However they become a celebrity, that's not going away because like I've talked about, that's the one thing that you lose from AI is that human connection, that human intuition, all that kind of stuff. So you'll still have celebrities that maybe can clone themselves to where they can be in more places than at one time. But the act of becoming a celebrity or people becoming celebrity, that's going to be what pop culture decides.
But it matters to you and I still. I am Gen X and you are a millennial. I'm curious. I have little kids. They're not going to be loyal to celebrity. They're not going to be loyal to human contact because they're going to be brought up in a world where human contact is less and less relevant. So, I mean, it could eventually, in a couple of generations here, become absolutely irrelevant.
Well, I'll push back on that because I don't have kids that age, so I don't see, I pray that one day I do, to see how it's going to evolve. But right now, the pendulum, this is the bleeding edge of technology, and the pendulum has swung completely to where it's like the Wild Wild West. People are figuring out how to use it. I predict that eventually people are going to always crave, and I stand by this, and I've probably said it on every podcast, people are always going to crave that human in the loop to know that somehow a human was out there, whether that they were involved in the strategy, the writing. Humans can use AI to help them be more efficient, to save money, all that kind of stuff. But as far as I still think that the pendulum will swing back more towards the middle where people are gonna, okay, you use AI, cool, but where's the human in this? They're always gonna be looking for that human.
Especially right now. And I think that's probably the most important thing is being able to straddle a line of efficiency and reality, not totally going overboard, because I would imagine you get some people who own small businesses and I've figured it out, and now everything they do is some sort of AI automation, and that could potentially, especially right now, backfire because there is no realism in there. People want a real connection, and that could so balance.
Correct.
Feels like it's probably the most important thing right now.
And a perfect example is one of our clients right now who we're kind of teaching her about AI, and we told her, hey, you don't like to be on camera. We can clone you and put you on camera. And she had a little bit of pushback and was like, I don't know, then I'm going to be out there, and what if it doesn't really look like me? And we kind of told her, hey, let's have fun with this and realize it's not going to be a one-for-one copy, but hey, this could be like your sister that you're identifying as your AI sister that's out there. Where they're seeing the people in her business, the people she's marketing to, are seeing that it's her, but she's leaning into, hey, I'm not trying to pull one over on you.
Yeah.
That, hey, this is me.
Yeah. So I would imagine that's part of the good, the bad, and the ugly. One of the things when we're kind of recapping where we're going, where we've been, and where we're going, where we've been,
where we are,
where we are,
where we're going, where we've been.
Give me a breakdown a little bit on the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah, the good of AI is it's truly revolutionized every aspect of business, from small to medium to true, giants in any industry.
J.Crew.
At J.Crew, AI has made an impact, and I think it's happened a lot faster than what people thought. The cost savings, the time savings. I mean, you and I, and we all use it in our business to save, time when we're drafting stuff.
Yeah.
Just the overall where it's going, the speed to where it's going. Nobody can predict where this is going, but that's why we got in this business and kind of, AI is one of our staples because we know that it's changed the world and we see every day how it changes us. There's a lot of good in it. The bad is that people can utilize it for, they become too reliant on it.
Yeah.
J.Crew being an example that we're talking about today. People that just don't include a human in the loop, and they let AI be their strategy. Strategy comes from knowing what's going on in the world and pop culture, having that like human intuition that comes in, that injects something to let people know that, hey, like this isn't just a complete computer kind of simulation.
Couldn't another part of the bad just be the fact that we have the potential to lose all sense of creativity in our world?
No, because I'm the bastion of human over here. Even though I'm an AI, I'm like, hey, because people will always, the market will demand that we have humans involved in some capacity.
Like I said, this generation, my generation, your generation, maybe what Gen Z, but what is the next generation? There's another one. My kids are a part of it.
Alpha?
Yeah, maybe. I don't even know.
Do we go back?
See, I need to learn that. I'll learn that on the next episode. But I hear you, and I am absolutely 100% in agreement with you. And I think that you're absolutely right. Like for me, I'm terrified of missing that human experience. The human experience for me, I'm 53 years on this earth, and the human experience to me has been the best experience in life, is, connecting with humans and creating with humans and loving humans and all that stuff. So I have some real fear for generations that are coming that aren't going to have that same connection.
AI aside, let's just talk about technology. Do your kids mess around with iPads or anything digital?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, well, you live in a box. So
I do. I live in a box with no windows.
I was just hanging out with my cousin's kids over the weekend in Charlotte, or, she has kids. They're 3 and 4. They disappear on the iPad for a certain amount of time. But when the dad comes and grabs them and picks them up and they smile and start laughing, like, that's not going away.
Yeah.
And there's going to be no AI that can recreate that. So, like, yes, they're going to be inundated more with the technology, with AI. But again, like, the bad is I don't think that the humans are ever going to be not in the equation.
So I was traveling with my stepson this past weekend. And he is 20, he's almost 21 years old. And he is an old soul. His favorite music comes from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. He had a flip phone as long as he possibly could because he just didn't want to have a cell phone. He thinks very old school. And he's like, we were talking a little bit about it. We traveled this weekend. He's like, what if everybody just says no? Like, what if everybody just says, no, I'm not going to let this technology change the world, and everybody pushes against it? He's like, do you think that would stop it? And I was like, I don't think that's possible.
I think it's a dead thought. Too many people have said yes.
Yeah.
And it's too accommodating and it's too efficient for people, even in their day-to-day lives, to use it. Right now, ChatGPT, Claude, like those are my search engines now. It's more efficient for me to go to them to talk about what I'm looking for than to go to Google, where I have to do 3 or 4 or 5 clicks and go to all these sites. Like, it's just too efficient. So too many people have said yes to the technology. I think there will be pushback when the technology, and I talked about the pendulum, it's going to swing back to where it's going to find its middle ground, to where it'll be, okay, I'm using this for a purpose, but it's not going to run my life and it's not going to take my emotions.
Yeah. So you and I, and of course Nick, we do the show Dave Learns AI, and we are available on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts and then on YouTube. You're going to have to, and I'm going to have to, and Nick is going to have to talk to our parents, because our last episode had absolutely 0 views. So and it was, you were in it, and I thought maybe it was because people didn't want to watch you on video or something. I'm just kidding.
Usually that happens.
No, actually, your stuff usually performs the best. But listen, word of mouth is extremely key. Yep. So let's get some AI bots to nudge our folks and our family.
See, that's using AI, right?
Yeah,
let's just get the first 1,000 views. That'll be AI, and then the humans will catch on.
I exaggerate. It wasn't 0, but just if you're paying attention to this, you're listening, share it. like it, rate it.
Yeah.
That all matters because algorithms, which, the algorithms of not only social media, but like Amazon or Spotify or these things have been around for years now.
Yeah.
And it's all artificial intelligence. It is AI.
Yeah, they were using it before AI, and now AI is just coming in like put it into overdrive.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you made it this far, press like. I know a lot of times people are like, ugh, but like if you made it 25 minutes, press like.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Please like it, share it, follow it, subscribe, do all of that. We'd really appreciate it. But man, thanks, dude. It's always informative for me, and that's why we call it Dave Learns AI. I mean, there is a lot of stuff that, with my head in the sand, there are things that I choose not to learn. But being here and being involved in this business and what we're doing, it's good to have perspective, knowledge, and hopefully people are learning in the same ways that I am.
Correct. We talk to you like we'd be talking to them. In layman's terms, we're not a bunch of guys that are super, super technical. We just know what we're doing. And so hopefully that translates to you. When we teach you, we teach you guys.
So I've been talking about it a lot because I'm still kind of on a high from this past weekend. I saw Oasis, huge concert
Rose Bowl.
The Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Huge concert for a band that broke up in 2009, their first show in 16 years. Most people thought they'd never get back together. But I thought it was really funny because we were talking computers and kind of nerdy and all this other stuff, that there was a picture of Zuckerberg with somebody, posting up at Oasis, and Liam Gallagher, who is the rock star of Oasis, just posted underneath it. He's like, "Go away, nerd." Like pretty much told him, I don't even want you at my concert. I thought that was pretty rock and roll, man.
That's pretty rock and roll, but I'm sure Liam also uses the pyrotechnics in whatever video would display. I'm sure
he probably used some of it, but if you're going to be rock and roll, you got to call some people out. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. Next week we'll have another episode. We'll hang with Nick and talk a little bit. I think we're going to talk
Microsoft Copilot?
No, we did that last time.
Gemini.
JSON.
Yeah.
Nice. So anyway, check us out on the next episode. Dave and Tribble here, part of Dave Learns AI Tactical Solutions. You can hit us up at TAPTICO, Taptico.co. That's .co. We can't afford the M for com.
No M.
Not yet.
See you then.